Hi everyone. I'm recording a short video to give you some pointers for Coursework 1. I want to thank Tamsin Key and Sally Parks who we tried recording a video this afternoon and YouTube played up on us. So instead of getting the team, you've got me, I'm afraid. So apologies for that, and thanks to both Sally and Tamsin because they helped to work out what it was we were going to cover. So I want to give you an overview of Coursework 1. We're asking you to do a reflection. But this doesn't mean that you reflect on a critical incident, on one thing. What it means is that we want you to reflect on your experience of teamwork, of leadership, what it's been like primarily in the module, but you may have material from elsewhere. So some of you have been getting concerned to get us to clarify, well, what is it that I've got to reflect on? Really, it's the process of your experience of leadership, using the clinical leadership competency framework, self-assessment, and integrating that with your experience. We think that Coursework 1 will help you to be ready for your practice and will help you to be ready for taking up leadership roles after you've been in practice for a year or two. We've got the Strategic Health Authorities backing for this. They really want us to push this to you so that you are reflecting all the time on your leadership capabilities. And it starts now, if it hasn't started already. You do have to refer to the learning outcomes. It's learning outcomes 2, 5, and 6. So use those to help you think about what it is you need to get across in your writing. We recommend, as I said in the opening lecture, that you do not use a model of reflection. We have noticed in the past that when students do use a model of reflection, it really limits their ability to look at the whole system, the whole process of leadership and how it's enacted, to look at their own experience in a broad sense rather than getting too fixed on particular details. So we suggest that you don't use a model, but instead you tell the story of your experience of leadership. We do want you to refer to theories. See what you can do to integrate some management theories, some leadership theories. Scan your reading, scan the workbooks on the module, and see how much you can integrate those and critically analyze them based on your experience. And you can critically analyze your experience and the teamwork based on those theories. This can enable you to have a really good mark. And that means that we also recommend that you really have a close look at the marking criteria. We've done a lot of work on these to help us so that we feel confident that we're being objective in our assessment of your work, but it also gives you a really useful framework for writing your own reflection. So make sure that you have addressed the learning outcomes, and you'll see that the marking criteria help you to do that and give you examples of what it is you need to do to achieve high marks. We hope that's helpful to you. But there will also be, well, there is actually a forum in this Moodle block where you can ask further questions if you need to know more from us. Overall, one of the ways we describe this, we'd like you to take a narrative approach to the piece of coursework. That means you tell the story. It's absolutely fine. It may even be imperative that you use first person, for example. So what's been your personal experience? And what was your experience as a team? So you'd be using I and we, and that's perfectly acceptable in this form of writing. Please be reassured of that. Finally, the other point to cover is that we do ask you to do the self-assessment against the leadership framework, specifically the clinical leadership competency framework. This is another gift to you, if you like. We think this will support you as you move into practice and into taking up leadership in care. Handle it lightly. It's a way of structuring a reflection on yourself. So you'll see it's almost a model in itself. You've got that model, you've got the learning outcomes, two conceptual frames to put things together, and that's quite enough. You don't need anything else like Gibbs or whatever to get in the way. we're going to have a brief summary document rather than you submitting the whole of the self-assessment, which is going to be technically quite challenging. We've got a form which is contained in this block, and you can attach that as an appendix, which just shows that you really have reflected on your own leadership competencies and capabilities and how you want to develop that as you go on. You can do some development in the second half of the module, but beyond that, we want you to continue to grow as leaders. It is about making a difference. It is about change. It's about really radically transforming what we do in health and social care. And it's about all of us. Hope you enjoy it too. Thanks very much. All the best. Bye.